Hello, welcome to Martha's Fragrance Corner. My name is Martha, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I have my what I was warming the past week and a half. There was a trip to New York in there, a business trip, so this is still not a lot for what seems like a week and a half. It's like a week, but I have quite a number of Scentsy, actually, more so than usual. I ended up warming like the Petals and Puddles collection and a couple of other things. And then I have some Lavender and Speckles, some Knowles Farm scents, some Teddy B, some Rose Girls, Bathing Garden, Sassy Aroma, like just a little bit of everything. Not a whole lot, but it is what it is. That's my life right now. So if you're interested in hearing what I warmed and what I thought about it, then stick around. Okay, so yeah, I'm one, feel like a little rusty. I feel like I haven't recorded a video in a while. But two, I am warming less. I'm warming less. In fact, there's nothing warming down in open space right now. I'm like, I need to get to that. So I have so much going on right now that I'm just not get to it. I am also thinking maybe not, all time dependent. I may go down to like one video a week for the summer. Maybe. I mean, things will come up. There'll be hauls, there'll be things. There's lots of ideas that I want to do as well, but I'm working 2 jobs at work right now. YouTube makes it kind of 3, maybe 2.5. And so, yeah, I don't have time to watch TV. I don't have time to do much. But this is always the fun part. This getting in front of the camera and chatting with you and then hearing your comments and responses is always the fun part. So I want to make time for it. It's just, it might be a little different this summer. I cannot wait till my coworker gets back from his sabbatical at the end of July. I'm like 7 more weeks of this. He's got a team of like 50 something people. So I'm managing that. 2 of his people are on long vacations. Another one's on a sabbatical. Someone quit. So now I got to find someone to fill that position. And then I got my own team and I'm like, okay, it's all good. It's all good. All right, let's get started with Scentsy. I did warm, like I said, all the Petals and Puddles collection. So this one is Quaint Country Rain. Quaint Country Rain. I also, just before this video, had Google's Gemini, give me the scent notes really quick. So Quaint Country Rain is scent notes of raindrops, revive orchid fruits, fresh violet on a slow afternoon. So that is the scent notes for Quaint Country Rain. I warmed this downstairs in open space. It was softer, and I kind of knew that was going to happen, that it might not be one that's going to really throw, but I'm also in this a little gentle, quieter kind of warming mood lately. Nothing too in my face, nothing too like, oh yeah, I can smell it. I'm just kind of in this mood. So this was softer in open space. I did use 2 cubes in the bathroom in downstairs. So there was one, that I can smell it much better in. This honestly is kind of unremarkable to me, not memorable. It was fine, fresh, clean, but nothing like, honestly, I don't really remember too much about this. And this was this week. It just doesn't stick in my mind. I do get a little bit of citrus. Normally violet notes worry me a little bit. I didn't get a weird scent. It was nice. It was a nice scent, but that's pretty much all I can say. It was nice. So that was Quaint Country Rain from Scentsy. This next one here is Saguaro Desert Rain. This one I also warmed downstairs, and this one was fantastic. This was a great performer downstairs. This has scent notes of warm amber sun. I'm not sure what that means. Reappears over rain-soaked cactus greens and yucca flower. So amber, yucca flower, and some fresh greens, basically. And this was really nice. Like I think I stuck it in my club for maybe not a long-standing member of my club, but definitely one I want to get a few more of. And of course, they only sell this in a bundle. And so that's the beauty of having a Scentsy club. You could just not get the whole bundle and just get one or two scents, but this was a very, very strong performer in my open space. I did use the whole clamshell. Beautiful scent. I loved it. I really, really did like this one. So this is Saguaro Desert Rain. Putting them over here. Okay. Then we have Rugged Mountain Rain. So Rugged Mountain Rain, I cannot remember if I warmed this in open space or not, to be honest. I think I did. I think I warmed all of these in open space. But this one is Cool Mountain Mist passes over wild moss clinging to rough granite. I do get that granite, like wet granite kind of scent in here. So this does smell to me like after the rain, when like the earth is wet. Not dirt, but yeah, I could see like a rock, like a river rock or something like that. Kind of a stone scent. So this one was okay, not a fantastic performer. Yeah, so this one was just, I didn't hate it, but not a standout. So that was Rugged Mountain Rain. Then we have Coastal Rain Cove. Coastal Rain Cove. This one I did warm in my bedroom. So this one is White Sage, Crisp Lemon, and Sea Moss. Dance during a waterfront cloudburst. This one I would say was good. This was more of a kind of a bathroom scent a little bit, but I did like this one in the bedroom. It was clean. It was clean. I did get some of that. I did get the sea. It did remind me of being kind of near the coast, and I do like those scents. I know I've warmed in the past from a vendor, Lavender and Speckles, like coastal pine cones that I really love. This doesn't have that pine cone scent, but it had some of that kind of sea mist, little bit of an ocean vibe to it, but then also clean and kind of a wet, like a really foggy day on the beach kind of thing. So I did like this one, but not enough to like buy more of or put in my club. Out of the four, the Saguaro Desert Rain was by far my favorite of all of them. So that is the little late review of the Petals and Puddles. But then I also warmed Ocean Shimmer. So Ocean Shimmer is Capri Lemon, let's see, Blue Musk, which I'm not sure what Blue Musk is, and a splash of sea spray. So this I warmed in the bedroom as well. I think I just kind of warmed it between the two bedrooms. And I will say it was nice, but nothing spectacular. And I'm kind of feeling that way, at least with the new Scentsy bars, you know, the LTOs that have come out. They're nice, but for me, there's nothing that I feel like, ooh, like I have to have. Like this is, you know, I need to put it in my club, except for the Saguaro Rain. But again, that's not like a long-standing club one. Like, who knows? If I don't ship it for a year, I might forget it and say, I don't even remember what this smells like. So this was, it was pretty. It's, you know what this did remind me, and I'm not sure if Chris from Wax Books and Whimsy mentioned this as well, but I did think about it, and I think she mentioned it. It gives me a Lake My Day vibe, but softer, and not as masculine. And I do really like Lake My Day. In fact, I've purchased that and repurchased that. Lake My Day is stronger to me. It is a slightly more, I call it, you know, kind of right in the middle, just slightly leaning masculine. So this is lighter, not as masculine. So it was nice, but again, nothing spectacular. It's not knocking my socks off, basically. And then last but not least, in the bathroom, I was warming Mahalo Coconut, the pods. And Mahalo Coconut is Hawaiian Lei, Violet, and Pineapple and Coconut. So this is a good scent in the wax. In the pods in my bathroom just sucks up all scent whatsoever. I didn't really smell much of this. I could barely get some of the coconut in there, so I like this better in the wax than the pods. But that is all the Scentsy that I warmed in the past week and a half or so. So let's move on to vendor wax. actually, before I move on, I am keeping my scent journal. I'm still doing a scent journal. I didn't do a live this past month because, life is busy. I still have everything I warmed last month. But I don't think I'm going to do I don't think I'm going to do a wax roundup this month. I don't have the time, but I did in my journal here, did say, reminds me about Ocean Shimmer, reminds me of a lighter, less masculine version of Lake My Day. So see, if I write it down, it sticks. It sticks with a touch of sweetness. So I don't write all of them down, but I try to write stuff in my journal. So if for those of you doing kind of a scented diary, things like that, I hope you're keeping it up. It is helpful. It is helpful for me, even though I don't do all the wax. And I'm just not going to be able to do it. Hopefully we can jumpstart that again and do a live, or I'll do a video on kind of the wax roundup for the month. Okay, moving on to, I think, my only Knowles Farm scents. This is Black Cherry Balm. This is black cherry, vanilla, and hints of jasmine. This was friend mail, and this is from September of 2023. So all the 2023 scents still coming back to haunt me. This I warmed down in open space. It's about an ounce and a half of wax, so I did warm the whole thing. I liked it okay, but okay, no, I probably didn't like it that much. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And the reason I'm saying this, it was okay. It was okay, but I did find that the cherry in here was kind of an artificial cherry. Not cough medicine cherry necessarily, but just very artificial, like a cherry candy that is artificial. So for that reason, I didn't love the cherry in here, but it was okay. It was okay. It was a good performer, and this was down in open space, and Knowles Farm Scents does perform really well for me. So I wouldn't get this again. I don't know that he's offered this in a long time, but just not my kind of cherry, and I do like cherry. Okay, next, let's do Rose Girls. So Rose Girls is the Laundry Can Wait. This one was from the samples of the Clothes on the Line that I got last month. This is Zen Clothes on the Line, Warm Amber, Jasmine, Citrus, and Coconut. I warmed this. In fact, it's still warming. I just haven't changed it out. I don't smell anything now, but I did put it in yesterday, and now so it's been a day and a half. I don't smell anything anymore. This was okay for me. I do get some of the floral in here, and I do get some of that Close the Line, which I really like. I think the coconut in here is just kind of like, not my favorite blend, but it's fine. It's, again, nothing outstanding, nothing that I need to have more of. It's clean, and it's fitting the mood that I'm in, which is that kind of clean, fresh mood, but mood. But it was just fine. Then Easy Like Sunday Morning. This was a sample that I got as well from that pre-order. This is Vanilla Lace, Waikiki Beach, Cotton, Amber, Rich Wood, and Light Florals. This was very strong, and it was just like two suns. They were the shape of suns. Very strong, kept going the next day. So I probably had this for almost 2 days. I think it was just the scent notes of the amber and the rich woods in here. That being said, this was powdery to me, and I normally like powdery scents, but I think mixed with the vanilla lace, I think I'm finding I'm not a huge vanilla lace fan in my wax. I'm starting to notice that. It's usually the scents that have it, I'm just like, it was all right. This was strong. It almost felt very musky to me. So this was just, again, okay. Didn't hate it. Left it on, enjoyed it, but nothing that I would get again. All right. I know. This was not a great week and a half, I think. It was just like, meh. Okay, so then the Bathing Garden. This is Lavender Sleep. This is not, okay, this is from Shijo, and she had written on here that she's not a huge lavender fan. This is strong. I will agree that this was strong. I warmed this in my bedroom, but I warmed it twice. So I only used Yeah, I think I only used 2 cubes and then another 2 cubes in the bedroom. And then I might have put in a third somewhere. I don't remember, but that's what I had. That's how I broke up this clamshell. I got the lavender for sure. It was more of an herbal lavender. And there's like a minty note in here. And the mix of the two, I've definitely had. In fact, I think from Rose Girl's Goodnight Moon is like a peppermint and sweet lavender. I love that scent. This one, I don't know. It's just, there's something else in here. There's something strong in here that's not quite the mint and not quite the lavender. And I don't know what it is. So for me, I didn't love it. But again, I'd only put like 2 cubes in the room. So it was enough to fill the room, but not like be, in my face. So I left it, enjoyed it. It was lavender in the evening, but not for me. I don't know. There's just something off about this one. So that was Lavender Sleep by The Bathing Garden. All right, let's move on to, these are just all onesies. Onesie twosies from Lavender and Speckles. This is tobacco flower and honey. This is scent notes of tobacco flower, raw honey, ginger, bourbon, vanilla, teakwood, and dried fruits. This is the olive oil formula that she has. This, I remember when I hauled this, I did find this to be light when I did a cold sniff. And even now it smells light, but this has now been sitting around for a year. It was from May 2024. And when I warmed it, I actually got more than I would think just by smelling it on cold. I did get that tobacco. It was like a sweet tobacco. I would still say it was like a light medium throw, but I could smell it and it was filling the room as a softer scent. But that tobacco in the honey kind of was a little like, it's a little heavier scent. So I feel like I would enjoy this more as we're getting into the fall. Like it's just starting to get crisp. For right now, I want light, airy, fresh and clean. It was a nice scent. I did enjoy it and I look forward to warming more of this in kind of September timeframe. But it was pretty and I could smell the tobacco and the honey, and the flower is soft. It was more of that like a sweet tobacco flower that I can smell, which I do like. So that is tobacco, flower, and honey from Lavender and Speckles. All right, let's do Sassy Girl Aroma. Sassy Girl Aroma, I finished Adam's Party. So I had, I'd say about half of this. So I did use all of this up. I warmed this in the bedrooms. I warmed this downstairs. One day I warmed it everywhere. It does take me a while to use Sassy Girl Aroma. So this is strawberry pound cake, toasted marshmallow, and sea salt breeze and s'mores. So it's basically it's basically strawberry pound cake and her beach nights. It's a favorite of mine. I think I've repurchased it 3 times at the least. This is from March of 2023. What I love about Sassy Girl Aroma and why it's one of my favorite vendors is, one, works fantastic for me. I feel like 9.5 out of 10 times I'm going to get excellent throw in my Scentsy warmers. I should have said that everything that I warmed this week and a half was in my Scentsy warmers. That's what I have most of. And so I use that for vendor wax. So fantastic in open space, in my bedrooms, in everywhere. And I do love her beach nights. Hers and Knowles Farm Scents beach nights, or he calls his beach evenings. They're very similar to me, and they're like, I can't pick a favorite between the two. But I love his strawberry pound cake just a little better. But so I think I have, is it coming? I don't know if it's coming. I know I've ordered a strawberry pound cake with his beach evenings. So they don't smell exactly the same. They're a little different, but I love this scent and this is fantastic. And her brittles are beautiful. And I still haven't ordered any Sassy Girl Aroma since she's been back, but it's a vendor that I feel always be ordering from. I just have a lot. So I'm trying to warm what I can. When I can. So let's move on to Zeep. Zeep is no longer in business, and Zeep I warmed, this one's called Helium, and this has scent notes of Fruity Pebbles, Citrus Fizz, Strawberry, and Cotton Candy. I hope I read that correctly without my glasses. And this was fantastic. This was one of Zeep's signature scents, meaning you could get it anytime. And I think it also came in a scoop. And I'm really sad that Zeep is closed. It's a real bummer because this was fantastic. It's been a long time since I've warmed a fizzy scent. And I like fizzy scents every once in a while. This was in open space in my Scentsy warmers. I did use the whole clamshell. Fantastic. This went on for 2 days. Great throw. Love the smell. I'm sad. This was my last one, I think. I don't think I got another because this was like my first time trying this scent. But I really enjoyed it. The Fruity Pebbles wasn't too sweet. I mostly got a citrus fizzy scent. It's just really good. So that is Helium from Zeep. That is a bummer. Bummer. Last but not least, in wax, I have the Water Gardens. I couldn't go out. I could not use my glasses for one video. I feel like my eyes are getting worse. Just worse. Okay. The Water Gardens. This is notes of green tea, lemons, hint of lime musk under the lemon tree, which is a replica scent, perfume, and salty or soft. Let's just say. No, it says salty driftwood. I think it's salty. It's tiny writing. But this is the Water Gardens, and I warmed this down in open space. This was a souffle. I used my Scentsy warmers, and I think I did use one hot plate, maybe, but definitely not tea lights or anything like that, which I normally do sometimes with Teddy Bees. I felt like this was probably going to be strong enough based on what I was getting on Cold Sniff. And what I do is I kind of save like one chunk, and I'm like, is this going to go in like a tea light or something? Do I need a little more oomph? And I felt like I didn't. This was beautiful. This was on the day that I had cleaned my whole kitchen. And I was just like, oh, what? I think I asked in my Facebook group, like, what do you guys like to warm when you just want, like, you've just cleaned and you want this clean smell? And someone on there did say Water Gardens. I'm like, that is what I'm warming right now. So I was. And this is that. It's soft, but not like it doesn't fill the room. It does fill the room. So it's not that kind of, it's not light. I call those light scents. This is soft, but clean, but without being like lemon cleaner scent. You know, you have that little bit of citrus. It was really pretty. I would absolutely get this again in a tub probably, because I'm not a big loaf person, but if I had a bigger place and more warmers, yeah, I could see myself getting a loaf of this. This is really good. So this was the Water Gardens from Teddy Bees and performed fantastic in my Scentsy warmers. So that is all of the wax that I have for this week that I warmed. I do have an empty though. That's not wax. And this is the Nivea Original Daily Moisture 48 Hours Original Formula. I really like this for like all body because it soaks in. You need to rub it in a little bit. You need to work it in, but once it's in, it's not tacky at all. My skin feels soft. I do have an Aveeno body lotion, which I put like here. And that one's just a little tackier. Like it's still soaked through, but I can feel it just a little bit. Whereas the Nivea, I don't feel it on my skin at all anymore. So I do like that it just goes right in, and I like it. So that is Nivea. I would get this again, but I just got an order from Prequel, which is a company from a YouTuber here. She's a dermatologist. I want to find out where she is because she's got to be somewhere near me. She's in Northern California, she said, and her name is, I think it's Dr. Sam. I forget her name in the video, but she's got a company called Prequel, which I've been seeing a lot about and eyeing, and I think I got a lotion from them. So we'll try that one out, and then I may go back to this because I liked it. So anyway, that is all I've got for this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will chat with you later. Bye-bye. Okay, I sat down to start this video, and I'm like, why am I so short? I feel like I'm not the camera's too high. I didn't have my cushion. See what a difference that makes? All right, let's get started. Let's get some cream on. Hands are dry. I feel like we're skewed a little. Whatever. Hello. Hello. Okay, gosh, Martha, it's been over a week and I can't even start a video. Gosh. Okay. Yes. Glasses. All the stuff. Let's make this quick, can we? Let's go. I got 3 videos to film, I think. All right. Hello, welcome.